So, for the past few months I've been trying to join an SMP. It's an Origins SMP with lore for the players, and the SMP is called the Addon SMP. You might have seen it around. The SMP was founded by Call Me Posted and Don't Pancake. You might have remembered Posted from my murder mystery event video from a few months ago, considering he was the host. I made a few references here and there after that.
You are hurting. Why are you even?
And so, a few months ago, I tried to join Season 2 and failed horribly. But after coming back to ask Post for a link to the mystery map download, which he had forgotten by the way, I thought, what the heck, let's try again. Funny enough, my other Origins-inspired series, Hourly Origins, was inspired from Addon as a backup in case I didn't join. And with Addon Season 3 having a very different setup this time, I thought, well, if I did actually join, I would need to explain what was going on with everyone else, so it isn't entirely confusing. So that's what I aim to do. I'm going to explain the first 2 seasons of the Addon SMP, and I'm going to explain the main story and what happens with the players and how we ended up here. I'm not going to explain everybody's lore and stuff. The only lore I'm going to explain there is any part that is relevant to the overall story, just to save myself some unending research. So without further ado, let's begin. We start on a planet named Addon. So for the first part it's kind of difficult to decipher what's going on, but I'm not really a theorist, so you're just gonna have to go with it. I mean, I'm no MatPat or Dacha or Ren Games, but like, I've tried to figure this out with help from the wiki, the Discord, and just posted videos in general. So on this planet, the Nether, yes, the Nether dimension is infecting it. I'm pretty sure. And so here are our first 2 protagonists of the first season, Posted and Doggy. Primarily Posted, I'll explain why in a sec. Anyway, according to Posted in his 4th Season 1 video, these guys worked on a project called Project X that, as the shot looms over a broken down area of the lab corrupted by netherrack and other stuff.
He and I are both a part of a group called, with us primarily focusing on our project known as Project X, which is already passed.
Whether Project X caused the Nether invasion, I'm unsure. I'm going to say it's not, and I will explain why in a sec. But it does give us a starting point, as Posted mentions this immediately talks about their new project, where they are seeing what they can do with the Dragon Edge, which was explained after the dragon was slain.
In our newest one, where we're using the base from our previous project to try and see what we can do with the egg that was formed after the Ender Dragon was slain.
I'm gonna assume Posted and Doggy were the ones who slayed the dragon, considering by the time the server fights the dragon, there is already a lab in the end, and they already have possession of the dragon egg. Speaking of that lab, it appears Project X might have been Wave X, the extra wave of people that joined in Season 1 after the primary 5 waves happened. Or was it more? I don't remember. Either way, after the end fight, the people on the server find a bunch of logs in the lab. And they mention how Wave X were thawed out of their cryogenic pod thingies.
The Nether world has begun to leak into this one. Its high temperatures have started to thaw the subjects out of sleep.
Okay, but like,
we need to prepare.
By the corruption of the Nether, and that's how they were hybrids. So you know when I mentioned why I'm unsure if Project X caused the Nether outbreak? This is why. It can't both cause it and also be thought out by it. That would just be temporal causality. Anyway, in fact, according to Serena, a member of Addon, every member seemed to be a creation by Doggy and Posted. But with the non-Wave X members, they slowly regained their memories after the end fight, as implied by Shockwave during the exploration of the end lab.
Cover more of mysteries and Addon. Hold on, you're gonna try to kill us or study us? Nah, revolt. Revolt.
I
Revolt.
think it's the
We're
people
test subjects?
All right, hold on. I gotta read log 4.
We're lab rats?
Anyway, these logs also mention that Doggy and Posted have a boss, and in Posted's World of Dawn video, it is shown that they are working for a company that goes unnamed. Either way, going back to what the log was talking about, I'm going to assume that considering that log 5 talks about the Addon members getting affected by the experiments, and the fact that the origin tree was on top of the lab, I'm going to safe bet and say that's how everyone got their origins.
Another problem we're facing. I'm sure the people of Addon won't mind. I mean, it's affecting them as well. Hopefully this egg won't cause anything.
Oh yeah, the origin tree. So there was little I can find about the origin tree. All I know is that it exists, and that's about it. It isn't really made clear if this is the one that gives the people their origins, or... Because I'm gonna assume that since they're hybrids, I'm gonna assume that that's how they get their origins. Even though it doesn't really explain how Doggy or Posted got their origins. Is the origin tree the reason? Did they experiment on themselves before experimenting on the members of Addon? It isn't really clear. But either way, it's on top of the lab and contains a barrier around it in Posted's second video of Addon. Season 1. I suck at reading scripts, Jesus Christ. So anyway, heading to the World of Addon video, they use the Dragon Egg's energy to slow down the nether clock in the overworld. As Posted leaves the room, Doggy, or who would seem to be Doggy, steals the Dragon Egg. Oh yeah, also apparently the backrooms exist, so, you know, there's that. So, now we start explaining the actual first season of the SMP. Well, Posted's perspective. Doggy doesn't really have any videos on his end, and his lore is intertwined with Posted, so that's mainly why I'm talking about Posted stuff here. Plus, the other SMP members have like 1 or 2 videos, except for Shockwave, who pulled off 7. Or, well, 7 episodes at least. And as I said, I'm only talking about overarching story stuff. So, starting off Posted's first episode doesn't have any lore significance. So, starting off with the second episode of Posted's run. At the end of it, Posted comes across the origin tree and the ballet, where he finds the sign saying that tree protection in the field is at full power and something about Chris. But anyway, Posted mentions that he has to go do something, and the end of the video contains reversed audio and disappearing and reappearing text. The text is a character, presumably Doggy, talking about if someone will find them, with another line of text in a different font asking if they're okay. The audio is Posted basically searching for Doggy and wondering where he is. So we already have a mystery on our hands in the second episode. Episode 3 kicks off as normal until 2 minutes have passed, where Posted investigates the old lab and finds out it has been raided. Posted wonders if Doggy has been neglecting upkeep on the facility and if the egg is safe, and yeah, so the egg's gone. Afterwards, the shot cuts to Doggy trapped in this nether-looking structure as he checks if there are blades still guarding him, which there are. Afterwards, we see a lookalike of Doggy and the same guy who stole the egg place the egg down into the fortress and glance at the camera, as at the end of the video we see more text and hear reversed audio of Doggy calling out for help. Moving on to the episode 4, the final episode, is where all of this comes to its conclusion. Posted decides to search for Doggy and finds a unique nether portal that goes through it.
So I'm gonna try going through and see if there's anything worthwhile in there. You know, I don't think I've ever actually been through this portal before. I wonder what's on the other side. Whoa. This place seems extravagant.
Once he does, he finds the fortress Doggy is trapped in and eventually finds Doggy himself. Posted asks where Doggy has been, thinking... Damn it! Posted asks where Doggy has been, thinking he had seen him 3 days ago. And it is at this point where the truth is revealed. The person we've been seeing in the World of Addon video and more, we're not Doggy, but in fact some impersonator that created the nether-looking place that Doggy is trapped in. As the doppelganger's motives, presumably, was to use the egg's power for his own gain. This being seems to be the reason the nether is leaking into the overworld, but that's just a theory. Anyway, it also seems that it can make pocket dimensions to trap people, as we see with Doggy, and that it can look like anyone it wishes. Either way, Posted and Doggy confront the entity in the most confusing way possible, and Doggy kills him immediately.
What is... Kill that thing.
even though he was trapped there, but he could just kill them. You know what, never mind. Doggy seems to gain something from this, but it really isn't clear what. Is it identity, EXP, power, origin? It isn't really clear. But either way, they kill the being, grab the egg, escape the nether, and done. What they do next with the egg is unknown, but that ends out on season 1, I'm pretty sure. While season 1 was a lot more rushed through external sources, I was able to get some sort of story figured out. Season 2 of Addon takes place on a completely different planet called Addon. Why? I'm assuming that after the doppelganger was murdered, that the corruption didn't stop, considering posted implies that the Dragon Egg doesn't fully stop the corruption, but slows it down. Well, it's explained in the announcement tab in the Discord, according to Doggy Pancake, when I explain how the interviews work. Okay, Saki, I'm gonna need you to voice this one.
We want to keep the interviews this time around more related to the lore of the SMP. It wasn't shown very well in the videos publicly, since we didn't have enough time to create something grand enough to explain it. But essentially, the Moss is a machine created by Swid.
Swid being one of the players on the SMP, that is.
In which we all used to get to the new world away from the disastrous world we were already on. Though this new planet is inhabited by other people, meaning that every week we would find more groups of people from this world, which is known by them as Oddnoda.
So there you have it. So put it simply, Swid made a spaceship, I guess, with everyone landing on Oddnoda and being the residents. Why did some of the members change origin? Well, according to Serena, I don't know if it was public, but it was confirmed or at least explained that during the travel through Moss, because it wasn't working as intended and wasn't ready to be used, it malfunctioned and genetically modified people's DNA to become a different hybrid. So there's that. Anyway, on to Addon Season 2. There isn't really much in this one as there was the last season. Oh, well, there was, but it wasn't shown as much. Considering the lore significance, goes over to two new characters, Fish Dog and Screaming. Fish Dog is a good friend of Posters from Season 1, and Screaming who joined Season 2. The only thing I can find that from Posters' video is at the end. Screaming and Coyote, who was a part of the lore but left the server, so according to Screaming, so I'm pretty sure he was reckoned out. Visit Posters Axolotl Center and asks if he has any gunpowder, sand, or TNT. Posted obviously replies that they don't, because I don't think Charles is bombing places or anything. But after they leave, it cuts to a facility where Screaming and Coyote are building something, and Screaming drops the line, the nuke should be done pretty soon.
Is it almost ready?
Yeah, but I might need more stuff. But, like, the nuke's gonna be done pretty soon.
Yeah, so apparently Screaming is planning to bomb the server. Honestly, I did not expect this left turn, and considering this was only posted as an Addon video, I would have called it a day. Until Screaming redirected me to the Addon wiki, where in the lore section labeled Season 2 to 3 lore, it reads as follows.
Near the end of Season 2 and the world of Oddnoda, the members were hosting a party in celebration of their accomplishments. Although at the same time, there was a team of members plotting a way to take over the server, consisting of 2 members, Fish Dog and Screaming. They built a nuke together and planned to detonate it the day of the celebration. After everyone was finished touring the people's homes, shops and other buildings, they stopped at the final destination for the night, the silo where the nuke would be launched. Screaming stepped up to the podium with everyone sat aside unknowingly. He began to give a speech as Fish Dogs crept up the side of the steps.
Just a note here, I would have loved to hear this speech, dude. But anyway, back to Saki talking about this.
As he continued, Fish Dog interrupts Screaming to whip a comically large frying pan and slams him into the silo to his death. Then Fish Dog exits the podium onto an elevator towards their lab. He sets off the nuke and it prepares to launch into the center of spawn. He then returns to ground level where he informs everyone of the incoming destruction. He says he has a place for people to stay and everyone begins to follow him. After running across all of the Moss district, they all make it to Fish Dog's bunker. There he lets in 4 other members: Zero Gravity, J Haru, Loggy Bears, and Fix Bites, but shuts everyone else out. He remarks that he has plans for those 4, but the others should perish. After he's finished speaking, the nuke begins to launch and everyone else runs to find cover as fast as possible. Fortunately, 2 people, Call Me Posted and Doggy Pancake, were able to run back to Fish Dog's lab where they found a bunker, originally meant for Fish Dog and Screaming. The 2 get in the bunker as the nuke explodes.
So, to recap, Screaming sets off the nuke and gets knocked into a silo by Fish Dog, who saves 4 members, as Posted and Doggy find in a bunker. And yet, according to the Season 3 section in the Lore tab,
due to the world Nada possessing abnormal traits for a planet, the nuke doesn't exactly destroy most of the world, but rather changes it entirely, revamping the world's landscapes, animals, nature, and even the people, thus forcing every member out of their origin and into regular humans. All the remaining survivors are now left stranded in practically a new world. New Alnada.
So it was your typical Fortnite event. So that ends up leaving Posted, Doggy, Fish Dog, J Haru, Loggy Bear, Zyro Gravity, and Fix Bites. Oh, and Screamer. Wait, what? Yeah, so apparently according to an unlisted video on the wiki, and according to Screaming himself, he didn't die because he was knocked into the silo away from where the nuke landed, and therefore only suffered severe burns/radiations because of being under the nuke launching with all the flames and whatnot. And that's Season 2 wrapped up. So with Season 3 started and the announcements for who's getting in, what's the future of Addon? Well, one trend I've seen throughout all of this is that every season there's a villain. Season 1, there was Doggy's doppelganger. Season 2, there was Screaming and Fish Dog at the last minute. And it seems like they might be the villains once more this season. In Season 3 teaser, revealing all the players in one shot, Screaming is sitting at the back fully healed. Jesus Christ, how durable are these characters. With Fish Dog standing with the other characters, there is one twist we know about this season. Players will be doing challenges, possibly competing against each other to get origin orbs. I believe that the one who will be orchestrating these challenges is Fish Dog, and this is what his plans are. Considering Fish Dog was friendly with Posted since Season 1, I don't know if it's going to be the real Fish Dog, or if it will be this evil version of him from his shorts and videos. Or it's Posted and Doggy's bots. Who knows? But aside from this, covering this SMP was really fun. The community is really kind of nice. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if I didn't get into Addon this time. I would just be surprised. But with all that said, go check out everyone I mentioned in this video. I will link their stuff down in the description. Big thanks to Sam Kimball for voicing the stuff. Pray that I get into Addon. Like and subscribe. And bye.